Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Everyday Prosperity. I'm Laurie LaMantia, and I'm here with the beautiful Tricia Fiske.
Morning, everybody.
So today we're going to tackle a topic, and I should say tackle because this is a beautiful topic on the concept of, is life happening to you or is life happening for you? And I
Mm,
just love the energy, the shift, just those two words, to you versus for you. The feeling of victim and something outside of me coming at me, and I got to figure, I feel put upon versus the collaborative and co-creative experience of us with all that is having it's a gift or a message or an understanding happening for us. And so I hope that's what we're going to talk about today. And I hope you're feeling the difference of, is life coming at us from that unwanted place, let's say, or unexpected place? And is it something that's really happening for us to share something with us? And can we receive the
mm.
understanding and the let's say the message or the gift? And so I'm going to talk to Tricia and let her, introduce it from her perspective. I know I don't have a specific story about this, but I think the shift of energy from to you to for you is really something we want to deep dive into here today.
Right. And I actually do have a story. I have shared it before, but a couple of years ago, I had a sewer backup in my house and
Mm.
and of flooding, and it was disgusting, of course, because it was from the toilets, and it was pretty major. And I got into a place of, why was I, the
Why did this
universe
happen? Yeah,
doing
well,
this to,
right,
right? Why
right.
is the universe doing this to me? What have I done wrong? Of course, that
Right.
I'm being
Am I being
punished.
punished? Right.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
Well,
excellent.
yeah, and it was funny because I teach a couple of classes Zoom from my home in what was my dining room, but it's empty space now. And the vanity from one of the bathrooms was right there on the wall, like for everybody to see.
Mm,
Here's proof of my flooding.
mhm.
Anyway, I have a friend who's very informed in astrology. And she just kept saying to me, the universe doesn't punish you
Mm,
ever. It
mm.
never comes after you to punish you.
No.
Um, yeah. And I
I
was
think that's
able,
a really, I'm going to stop for that. Sorry to interrupt you,
okay.
but I think that's such an important point, a poignant point for this. And it's one of the things I have to keep teaching myself is that I'm not bad and that the universe isn't trying to punish me or, pick on me or be like, yep, the whole parental bad, we're going to teach you a lesson and all
Right.
that.
Right.
I don't want to lose that point. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I think it's so vital. And I think when we're going through difficult things or things that don't make sense or why, that probably isn't time to mine the gold of it, but it's definitely, something worthwhile to say to yourself. Um, there's something here that's, trying to be gifted to me or shared with me. I might not understand it now, but it might come in the future. I might see it.
Right. And enabled me to really shift and get out of the funk that I found myself in over this. Because right, I started questioning, am I a bad person? And what have I done? And it was her saying that I was able to accept that shift. And the whole situation changed. Everything did get repaired. The insurance company did cover most of it. Yeah. So it is really important to remember that the universe isn't there to punish us for stuff or um, even decide whether we're right or wrong, whether, you know what? Everything is there to support us
And love us.
and love us.
And
And
it's
it's,
happening for you. And that's
yes.
hard to imagine, right? How is this happening for me? And I think part of me is trying to really understand that there's always a direct path. It's kind of like, how do I get from here to there? Is it's a straight line. And the straight line sometimes is going through versus skirting. A lot
Mhm.
of times I want to take the skirty path. And,
Right.
when I say, I always ask for it to be in the kindest, gentlest, most easy way, and then my brain says, well, that wasn't kind and gentle, but maybe it was the kindest, gentlest, easy way for me to go from A to B. I don't know.
Right. Right. Because it's the way it happened. No, I agree. I always am asking for, could it be simple? Could it be blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
And I'm going through a putting cats together in a house now, and anybody who's a cat person knows it can be it can be really difficult. And I the practices, you get lots of advice. Oh my God, on Instagram, there's a million
Mm-hmm.
shorts on how to do this, on how to put the cats together. And I finally decided, and I was getting really stressed about it. Oh, am I doing it right? And then am I doing it long enough? And then I decided, your animals read you.
Mm.
If you want this to be a peaceful house, be at peace with watching them get to know each other. Be at peace, hold that space of, this is a loving, supportive home, and everybody here is safe.
Beautiful. Bingo, right?
So I've decided, yeah, the atmosphere of peace is for me to produce.
And
It,
connect to, right? Yeah,
yes, and stay there. Stay there even when one of the cats is hissing. Don't go all off on a tangent about, oh
right,
no,
right.
there's the end of it. Right.
I think it's one of my teachers, Muji, says that. He's like, peace never goes away. It's always there. It's us who get distracted in our minds. But
Right.
peace,
Right.
and that's, I think, one of the foundations. If I were to pick the one foundation of the abundance consciousness, or pick any kind of consciousness, is that energy of love, peace, grace, unlimited vitality, it's always right there. And it's us who goes like, oh, squirrel, 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 squirrel. But for the energy, it doesn't get squirreled. It stays there and holds. And that's why I think it's, for me, when I connect to that and I remind myself that, it's much easier for me to not feel that things are happening to me, and it and my mind still goes through all those, what I mean, we're human,
Right.
and of course
Right.
we're trying to find the answer and all that stuff. And and this grace process is an unfoldment process, so the answer might not come right away, or the clarity might not come right away, but it's always sitting there, because it's always, in my experience, returning you to that love place, reminding you of the grace and the peace. And and then it's us kind of coming back, coming back, coming back, which is how we get back to, how is it happening, that it's happening for me instead of to me.
Right. And us coming back to that place over and over again opens up the opportunity. And it is true. I mean, we don't get answers to stuff as fast as we want it all the time. Sometimes it's just like that, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it takes a while for that answer to come. And that's when, for me anyway, it's easy to get lost and forget. Well, because the answer isn't like right here. It's taking
Right.
time. Right. But it doesn't
Totally.
mean, yeah, it doesn't mean it's not there.
Well, and it
It,
doesn't mean it's right. It's just our minds have rules about what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to show
right.
up. And, because
Right.
I was writing a list of all these unquestioned assumptions that we accumulate like we just went through. What did I do wrong? How am I being punished? How do I fix this? Did I mess up? Am I bad?
Right. Right.
And those are all mind doing its thing. And then when we switch, where's what's the gift? What's the message? What's the loving clarification that's coming in that helps me see this, feel this in a different way? And like you said, what if the gift of the cats was teaching you peace,
Right.
reminding
Peace
you
in my home.
peace in
Peace
my
in my
home,
home.
peace in my
Right.
home,
Right.
and we kind of, and it's like that's a non-negotiable. I will have peace. It is non-negotiable. And I think it's a beautiful remindering.
And I think you hit on it when you use the word love. We are loved. We are loved. And
Always.
yeah, nobody's out there looking to get us or punish us for
Right.
saying the wrong thing. But
No.
it is easy to forget that. It is easy to forget that.
It is. And just because, and this is of course, I can hear people going, yeah, well, there are quote unquote people, maybe. But for sure, that love energy, the one we connect to, the one we're always talking about, no, that
No.
one is
Right.
universal, unconditional love. And I was saying to Mark this morning, I'm like, this place is for sure master training ground. If you come to 3D, and he's like, well, maybe it's also angel remediation. I'm like, no, okay, yeah, I can see that. But again, that whole punishment, and it was said, of course, in a very joking manner, but to come here and own your God essence is truly, with all the distraction and all the stuff that's going on,
Right.
it's truly master training ground stuff, where you
Yes.
forget that, where you don't agree to time, where you don't agree. I mean, there's so many things that we are just inundated and our neural pathways are grooved in with, that the idea that love and compassion and grace is and peace is a constant. That's like, and then we keep remembering that in every situation. Yeah, that's master level stuff for sure.
Right. Right. Well, and so I have a poem, of course, from Steve Taylor, Back to Stillness, this book of poetry that I'm in love with right now. It's called Nothing is Wrong. Nothing is wrong with your life except those restless thoughts that try to convince you that something's wrong. Nothing is wrong with your life except the stories your ego tells you about how your life should be. Nothing is wrong with your life except images of the future and past that divert you from the present. Don't pay attention to your thoughts, only to your experience. Soon the complaining voice will slow down and fall silent, leaving nothing but your experience of now, which is neither right nor wrong, but simply true and real.
Mm, nothing is wrong. Mm,
Nothing is wrong.
boy, that's that unquestioned assumption that when something happens in your life, the assumption is something
Something's
went
wrong.
wrong. Something went wrong. Oh my God. Fix. I go in like this panic fix mode. And I I think what we're really talking about here is that how can I just catch myself when I'm in that something's wrong mode and say, wait a second, I'm not going to go there. What's working? What is the gift, or what is this showing me? What receive the understanding, or at least be willing to receive that something is it's happening
Or
for,
you. Yes.
that's that moment of deciding and saying, wait, nothing's wrong. And what if something, and then opening to the what's available, what's being shared, what's what's the opportunity to receive in clarity.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you for reading that. That's like the perfect thing. And that's the thing that switches you from it's happening to you happening for you.
for you, right?
Nothing is
So
wrong.
as you go through this whole week, every time, do that switch. Every time you start to feel punished, victim, turn the switch and
Yeah.
ask, how is this happening for me?
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely. And have a wonderful week, because I think there's so much love for us. And, putting on the love goggles, way, way more fun.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And enjoy 4th of July and keep your pets feeling safe from all the fireworks,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Peace. Peace.
Yes,
I
peace.
command peace. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Love.